Hey everyone, Ryan Stackhouse here. I teach at Ashland Middle School, right, pretty close to Ashland University. Hopefully, I'm a seventh grade intervention specialist right now, but I'm hoping to go to sixth grade as a social studies teacher next year. Be very excited to get my own classroom. Um, but my project is the RTI interventions, response to interventions, and my main goal here is to get parents more involved. A lot of studies, I'll go to the bibliography since I'm going to get into that real quick. A lot of studies show, I've done some research, not a ton so far. I like to do a little bit more on interventions themselves. But right now, a lot of studies show that the three main things that can affect a student's success rate or their achievement, academic achievement, are socioeconomic status, placement between what type of classroom they're in, inclusion or pull out resource, and then also parent involvement. Uh, Obviously, parent involvement and placement and where they're at in the classroom are the only two things that a school can really do anything about. Socioeconomic status, we can't do anything with poverty. So the two things that I wanted to focus on is making sure kids are placed in the right spot, which we in Ashland just kind of made a new. We are joining the inclusion model theory. We're kind of going towards that path and getting all the kids into the regular classroom. If it's their least restrictive environment, if they can handle it, they're not too much of a disruption. And also, this website is hopefully to get parents more involved. Parent involvement is huge. I think some of the research that I've seen shows that it can increase success by 40%, and that's huge when you're talking about a student that has disabilities or need interventions that are at risk or about to be needing an IEP, or on the verge of being tested. Getting parents involved in their education, getting them to do things at home with their student, getting them to come to different functions at school, being involved in extracurricular activities. All those different things are just huge for student success, and parent involvement is key to those successes. So that's kind of what I am envisioning with this website. And obviously, right now I'm an intervention specialist. And I'd love to use this even if I am a social studies teacher. I'd like to transfer this maybe to the Ashland City website once we get a little more streamlined with the RTI process and getting more people on board with the specific steps you take, and everybody on board with getting parents involved. It would be really great for students. So just RTI process here. We need to get you involved. What can you do? She kind of talks about some of those things and how to navigate the website. What else can you do? Make sure their homework is done. That's a big thing. With at-risk students and students with disabilities, they often don't try homework at home. They often don't read at home. That makes it harder for us teachers to close the gap, and that's a big thing right now in school districts, and especially our school is closing that gap between disabled students and non-disabled students. And a couple other things. I'm also going to put a couple other things on here, but our school, what our mission is, what our district's mission statement is, and what some teachers put together, just dedicated helping students. One of the main interventions I think that are important as an intervention specialist and as a teacher is their reading levels. Are they able to read? What levels are they able to read at? Are they grade level? If they're not, they have a hard time doing any subject, whether it's reading, math, science, or social studies. They have a tough time if they're not at the grade level for reading. So that's a huge intervention. I'd like to have parents involved, whether that's getting them to read 15 minutes. I have a couple of different theories, whether it's read 15 minutes at home aloud to your parent and record it on a tape recorder, or I'd love to find a way to create a class on Google, because all our students have Google emails and Google accounts, and get them to read on that, and it would submit it to in a class where the teacher can only see it. But right now there's nothing that Google has. Hopefully find another website or another app that would be able to do that. So right now, the reading intervention page, it just helps a parent, give them tips, different websites. First thing, progress book. Like I said, homework is a huge thing that at-risk students don't have. So I just included some links in here. Reading Rockets, they have great parent tips, advice, tips, strategies to help their children read better. Study Island is a great tool that we use sometimes here and there to help students increase their reading ability. Moby Max is another one that I've used a lot for interventions. Just now last year was the first year that I really got detailed in it and was able to use it to show students exactly where they were and also give them tasks or assignments at their ability level to work to increase their reading comprehension or their math scores, their basic math scores, their concepts and math applications, or if it was something that we were working on. They have a lot of concepts and a lot of different material on their website that if you're working on linear equations, you can send them an assignment on Moby Max about linear equations, and it works really well to double up on something like that with what you're working on in school. Another one that I do have is Reading A to Z. I'm not quite sure. I'd love to put it on there and have parents be able to go on there and get to different reading levels, reading books, the leveled readers, A through Z. If you're A, it's beginning reader, Z, your grade level or whatever. But right now, it's the parent can't get on to log in to download those. They have to have the school account. So I'm not sure whether to put individual booklets on there for reading or whether just to have them create. I haven't gotten that far. I just have an account for myself right now. So it'd be good to be able to get that on there so students can take, instead of taking stuff home or not taking it home and forgetting, if a parent is involved and is willing to help out, they'd be able to get on somehow and download one of those booklets. And it's a short story. It could be fiction or nonfiction. And depending on the reading level, it's a higher reading level. It could be 20, 25 pages long with pictures. Or if it's a low reading level, it could be 8 pages long with a big picture on every page with maybe 15 words on every page. But there's some good ones on there, and it really works on. There's different phonics that you could do, and it would be nice if parents would get involved and would be willing to read those things at home. Those phonics that go with those readings we could work on at school in a short period of time, and then they could take that stuff home, or the parent could download it off of the website, of this website, and work on it at home as well. Just the reading portion, so we won't have to do all of that at school. We can do a lot more interventions, a lot more skill building here, and allow the parent to help out at home. Math, I'm not too worried about math. I'm going to put Moby Max on there, obviously. Study Island and Star Math, so the parents could get in Star Math and see their kids' scores. But math is something I feel was a math major, math and social studies, so as one of my concentrations, I like to do a lot of that stuff at school, a lot of interventions during lunchtime or during intervention period at the end of the day. I do that stuff with math. And I haven't put anything in the math file, as you see. I just have it still as math interventions and then the paragraph that I can still edit. PBIS, positive behavior, I think I definitely got to find more research and add more to this topic. A lot of students with behavior issues or at-risk students, a lot of times it's the parents aren't involved and they don't know how to set rules and boundaries for home life to get that student on the right track. I've had too many students that don't have parent involvement that just do whatever they want after school, and they don't get homework done. They don't read at home. All summer they don't work on anything. So I'm trying to find more stuff. Obviously got the positive behavior intervention and supports website here. It talks about it a little bit here. but nothing too much. In Department of Education, they have some parenting tips and stuff, but it's not too detailed. Um, we have a wraparound program where if the parent is really not involved, it helps get them in counseling and get some mentor with the student. I'd like to put some of that stuff on here as well, and who to contact and how to contact them. And we also got a great counselor that we work with at our school that just came in this year. Who has an office in our school that sets a lot of that up. So I'd like to put some of her information on here too, with her giving me permission, which I think should be fine with. My bibliography here, most of the stuff that I've found has been on just making sure that parental involvement and showing that parental involvement is a key to success. I need to find actually some research still on actual interventions, small interventions that build skills instead of the entire website like a MobyMax or a Study Island that just focus on everything all at once. I'd like to try to break down those skills and find research on those. So again, that's about it. And obviously you can email me down here. And if we went through an entire school, I'd always put this on the school website, and it would go to the email down here would go to maybe a school counselor or our special education director, and then she could filter it down from there. But for right now, it's just going to me until I get this completely done. So let me know what you think. Like I said, Ashland Middle School, there's RTI process. Not focusing so much on the RTI process, just more the interventions that students and parents can do at home and to get parents involved. Okay? Thanks.